Who is Tom Brokaw? Is he gay? Does he live in an all-white neighborhood? Was he ever elected to any office? Is he in the KKK? What do we really know about Tom Brokaw? Does his country club allow blacks and Jews? During the Reagan years, Tom Brokaw supported everything Reagan did. The 1981 tax cut that cut the tax base for 90% of the federal budget, supply side economics, voodoo economics, the Reagan vetoes of social programs, spending, veto of any budget that did not raise military spending to $250 billion a year to $300 or $350 billion a year. The borrowing of $4 trillion in 8 years, changing America into the biggest debtor country in the world from the biggest creditor country in the world. For the biggest military buildup in peacetime in world history. What do you really know about Tom Brokaw? Tom Brokaw is wrong about the so-called Great Generation. Let's look who was in the Great Generation. Adolph Hitler, Mussolini, Franco, Richard Nixon, Milhausen Nixon, the Nazi lover, J. Edgar Hoover, who is possibly framed Oswald to make it look like the communists killed Kennedy when the CIA Nazis killed Kennedy. G.H.W. Bush, one of Nixon's big friends, and Stalin were all part of the so-called Great and Glorified Generation. You can't separate people from Europe or from the United States in terms of generations. If you're born in 1900 or 1950, that dates you. Okay, the traitor Allen Dulles, who started the CIA in 1947, hired 4,000 Nazis to work for CIA, and hired General Reinhard Gehlen, Hitler's master spy against the Soviets, who lied to start the Cold War. Were all part of the so-called Great Generation that took us into World War II and was gung-ho on the war and sold the generation he calls X down the river. The X is part of the swastika that his generation let come to power. Nixon changed identities of Nazis, Carl Blessing, one of Hitler's bankers, say he wasn't really a Nazi, just extremely anti-communist. This was exactly what Hitler wanted, and other Nazis to let him join, get him a job in the CIA. He used ethnic Nazi groups to campaign for himself and other Republicans, all the way up to Reagan and Bush Sr. in 88. 8 Nazis were used in 88 to campaign for Bush Sr., who was a big friend of Nixon's, who told Nixon to resign the night before he resigned. Brokaw supported the Republican Party and its fascist policies, including the Gingrich Congress. Is Tom Brokaw a Republican, a Nazi? Exactly what is Tom Brokaw?